Like, the system's just bounced me from bloke to bloke, like short fling after short fling, and I know that they're short flings, they're just meaningless. And
what if the dating app didn't just suggest your next match? What if it decided everything? Who you date, how long you stay, when it ends, and what you experience between now and the moment it finally introduces you to the one.
Do you know how we order?
I think we use these.
Oh.
Menu choice already established.
Oh, there you are, sir.
No menu, no choice, already ordered. That's not a distant future. Bumble just announced their AI concierge feature launching Q4 this year. An AI that manages your dating life for you. Black Mirror predicted it. Season 4, Episode 4, Hang the DJ. And trust me, the episode is not the love story they want you to think it is. Let's get into it. Quick note, to give you the best experience without copyright interruptions, our full uncut content is available on Patreon. So if you enjoy our content and want the full experience, support us on Patreon. Patreon gang, salute! Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned.
Ain't that a man?
Must have been mental before the system.
What do you mean?
Oh, people had to do the whole relationship thing themselves.
It must have been mental before the system. That one line tells you everything about the world this episode is set in. Not just that the system exists, but that people have become so dependent on it that life before it feels unimaginable, chaotic, mental. Sound familiar?
Shall we check our expiry date?
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah? So, on 3, 2, 1, go. 12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Before their first date even begins, the food is already ordered. The expiration date is already set. Frank and Amy didn't choose to meet. They were assigned to each other, and the clock started the moment they sat down. This is where the episode immediately separates itself from a typical love story, because the system doesn't just facilitate dating, it controls behavior. It tells you who to be with, for how long, and what happens next. And the people inside it, they comply.
Come on, let's get it over with. Checking the expiry. 1 year. We've got each other for 1 year. Could be a mistake. Yeah, Coach, is this a mistake?
This is not a mistake.
Jesus Christ.
Look at what the system produces when Frank gets matched with someone new after Amy. Neither of them wants to be there. The chemistry is non-existent. They both know it from the first moment, and yet they stay together for almost a year. They live together. They sleep together. They perform a relationship the system assigned them because the system said so.
Not like that, more motion. You're all in, out, like you're trying to shut a drawer back into a filing cabinet.
Sorry.
It's just boring. Want a bit more side to side.
This is not love, this is compliance. And the most disturbing part, it's not that different from what dating apps already do to people psychologically. The algorithm keeps you engaged. It keeps you in relationships or situationships that you know aren't right because the infrastructure of the app makes leaving feel like failure, because maybe the next one will be better, because the system is still running and you trust it more than you trust yourself.
At the Bloomberg Tech Summit, the founder of Bumble came out and said that she thinks that AI avatars are the future of dating. She presented a scenario in which case people could use their AI avatars as a dating concierge to stand in for them when they're reaching out to prospective partners online.
Bumble's AI concierge is the next logical step. An AI that doesn't just show you options, it manages the process, curates the experience, tells you who to talk to and when. The coach in this episode and the concierge in your phone are the same thing at different stages of development. The question the episode is already asking, and Bumble hasn't answered yet, is simple. When the system controls the experience, is the connection real, or is it just compliance with a better interface?
I have to go through loads of relationships to find it.
That is correct.
Great.
Frank accepted the system's decision, but Amy took a different path, and what the system did with her next is where this episode gets uncomfortable.
Okay, seriously, what are we meant to do?
Query too broad. Please narrow.
I mean, are we just meant to, I don't know, like just go at it?
Define go at it.
Let's start with what the episode makes crystal clear from the very beginning.
So, are we meant to just have sex with each other?
Participants are not required to take any specific action.
Yeah, but I mean, we can, right? I mean, people do if it's just a short time.
If that's your decision,
It's up to us.
it's up to you.
Yes, this is it. Participants are not required to take any specific actions. Frank asked the question directly. The system answers directly. No requirement, no pressure, no force. Frank and Amy spend their first date getting to know each other. They don't have sex. The episode makes that clear too. So when Amy enters her next relationship and her new match begins his consent speech, watch what she does.
So listen, if you're okay with it, this is relationship 5 for me, and I found it's best to have sex straight away up front.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of breaks the ice, gives an early overview of compatibility and so on.
Yep.
So I'm consenting to everything now. Whenever you feel comfortable doing the same, you should...
He hasn't finished the sentence. She's already pressed the button. That is not compliance. That is not the system controlling her. That is desire, expressed freely, immediately, and enthusiastically, inside a system that explicitly told her she didn't have to. Now watch what follows.
2, 1, go. 36 hours. 3, 2, 1.
36 hours. She already knows the expiration before it starts. She already knows it's going nowhere. She chooses it anyway. Then again. Men mostly, one woman. Every time a choice. Every time a button she pressed herself. Hollywood sells this as the necessary phase. The woman in her prime years exploring freely, living fully, and then arriving at love without consequence. The past doesn't follow her. The body forgets. She shows up fresh. The body does not forget. The system didn't program Amy's behavior. The system removed the friction, the awkward approach, the rejection risk, the social consequence, and then watched what she chose when nothing was in the way. That's the real reveal of this chapter. Not that the app corrupted her, that the app exposed her.
Like, the system just bounced me from bloke to bloke, like short fling after short fling, and I know that they're short flings, they're just meaningless, and I get really detached. It's like I'm not really there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other week I was with this guy, God knows who, is basically just a haircut, and I literally had this out-of-body experience. Like, I wandered out of my body and I sat in this chair across the room and I just watched myself like, f***ing this guy, and I was like, what is that all about? That is literally just a going in and out of a hole.
Yeah, that's pretty detached.
She calls them empty herself, and yet she kept going back, knowing they were empty before they started, knowing the expiration date before the clock even began. That's not a woman being led somewhere by an algorithm. That's a woman who wanted what she wanted and used the system to get it. But here's what the episode skips entirely, and what Hollywood always skips.
Like, what is that all about? That is literally just a going in and out of a hole.
Yeah, that's pretty detached.
Empty doesn't mean consequence-free. There is a biological mechanism called pair bonding. Oxytocin, the attachment hormone, is released during physical intimacy every time with every partner, regardless of how the mind frames the encounter. The more partners, the more that bonding mechanism erodes. The ability to attach deeply to one person diminishes with each connection, empty or not. A woman's body literally prepares itself to carry a child during intimacy. That's not poetry, that's biology. And no algorithm, no matter how sophisticated, can override what the body is doing at a cellular level while the mind is busy calling it empty. So here is the question nobody is asking about Bumble's AI concierge. When the AI removes all the friction, when it curates the access, manages the approach, and makes connection as easy as pressing a button, what does it reveal about what people actually want? And what does it cost them to find out? The system didn't make Amy do anything. It just built a world where her natural impulses had nowhere to hide. That's not a dating app, that's a mirror. But the episode's most revealing moment isn't Amy's revolving door. It's what happens when Frank and Amy find each other again, and what one moment of curiosity destroys. Frank and Amy are matched again.
Hello. Hi.
Watch their faces. That's not manufactured. That's recognition. Two people who already know each other finding each other again inside a system that's been running them through other people for months. They agree. This time, they won't look at the expiration date. They shake on it. And for a while, it works. The chemistry is real. The conversation flows. Everything the previous relationships weren't. This is. And then, curiosity wins.
The expiry date. Me and Amy. I need to know how long. No, I'm not gonna do it. I said I wouldn't. We shook on it. Fuck it.
Recalibrating. One-sided observation has destabilized the expiry date.
Frank checks. 5 years becomes 3 years. 3 years becomes 18 months. 18 months becomes 20 hours. The system recalibrates in real time based on the breach of trust, not metaphorically, literally. The act of looking, the act of needing to know, changes the outcome. There is a saying, ignorance is bliss. And this scene proves it in the most precise way possible.
Because I looked at it on my own, it made it shorter.
That is correct.
Why?
Everything happens for a reason.
This is the dating app ick dynamic illustrated perfectly. Dating apps have rewired the way people evaluate relationships. The infinite scroll creates a psychological condition. The idea that someone better is always available, always one swipe away. And that idea, not reality, just the idea, is enough to make what's right in front of you feel insufficient. Women on dating apps match over 31% of the time. Men match around 3%. That asymmetry means women are operating in an environment of constant options. And constant options create a subconscious resistance to commitment, not because the person in front of them isn't good enough, but because the system has conditioned them to keep checking. Frank checking the expiration date is every person who's ever been in something real and opened the app anyway, not because they want someone else, because the system trained them to keep looking.
I looked.
Looked at what? We promised we wouldn't. We shook on it.
I looked at it. Something happened, started going down. I don't know what it was.
So you broke it?
No. I mean, I don't know.
Why did you have to look at it?
And just like that, 20 hours. The system didn't end Frank and Amy. Frank's inability to sit with uncertainty ended Frank and Amy. But the system created the conditions that made certainty feel necessary. That's not an accident. That's the design. Bumble's AI concierge will do the same thing with better packaging. It will tell you it's optimizing your experience. What it's actually doing is keeping you dependent on the system to tell you whether what you have is good enough. After Frank tells Amy what he did, she goes on a rampage. And this is where the episode asks its most uncomfortable question. Is the system doing this to her? Or is this what she actually wanted all along?
Amy.
Don't follow me.
Amy, I'm sorry.
After Frank and Amy's second relationship ends, Amy goes on another run. More encounters, more empty connections, the system running its course. And then the episode reveals everything.
Tomorrow you'll be coupled with your ultimate match, and together you will leave this place forever.
99.8%. Amy is allowed to say goodbye to someone before meeting her ultimate match.
That is correct. Data shows this can help provide psychological closure.
Frank, I choose Frank.
She says Frank immediately, no hesitation. She ditches the coach, the system, and goes to find him.
Can you remember where you were before you came here? You can't, can you?
Do you remember what you were doing before you got here? Neither of them can answer, because there is no before. They are inside a simulation. The entire system, every match, every expiration date, every encounter, every heartbreak was a controlled environment running 1,000 versions of Frank and Amy against each other to determine compatibility.
It felt right. It felt like something locked into place, you know? Like we met before.
Like it happened before and like it'll happen again, like it's happened 1,000 times over and over again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Ever since we've met, this world has been toying with us. It's trying to keep us apart. It's a test, I swear it is, and the two of us rebelling together is something to do with passing it.
1,000 simulations, 99.8% success rate. This reveal changes everything about the episode and everything about how we should think about AI dating. The simulation asked a question that real dating never gets to ask cleanly. If we run these two people through every possible version of meeting, connecting, losing each other, and finding each other again, do they choose each other? Not once, not in ideal conditions, every time, under pressure, after disappointment, after emptiness, after betrayal. That's not a dating app. That's a compatibility test at a level no human process has ever been able to run. And here's where it gets genuinely unsettling. The memory of the simulation doesn't transfer. Frank and Amy don't remember the 999 previous versions, but the emotion does. The body does. The system of the human being, the nervous system, the attachment patterns, the instinctive recognition when they see each other, that carries the data even when the conscious mind doesn't. We are also a system. And everything we experience, every encounter, every heartbreak, every empty 36-hour match writes itself into that system whether we remember it or not.
We gotta f it all off.
Exactly, we've just got to the whole thing off and go.
Yeah, over the wall.
Right over it, no matter what's out there.
Okay.
Now here is the question the episode leaves deliberately unanswered. The song that plays when they match in real life is Panic by the Smiths. The lyric, Hang the DJ. Kill the curator, reject the algorithm, choose the connection over the system. But here's the twist. If the system ran 1,000 simulations specifically to produce this moment of rebellion, was the rebellion itself part of the algorithm? Did they choose each other, or did the system choose for them so precisely that choosing felt like freedom? That's where Bumble AI is going. Not to force you into a relationship, to engineer the conditions under which you believe you chose it yourself. And the birth rates are falling globally. If that trend continues, if enough people opt out of coupling entirely, the conversation stops being about apps and algorithms and starts being about obligation. The military draft exists because national survival sometimes requires personal sacrifice. A reproduction mandate is not as far from that as people think. The coach in this episode made the choice for Frank and Amy from the beginning. The only question was whether they would trust it. The question for us is the same. When Bumble's AI concierge tells you it found your person, will you trust it, or will you check the expiration date? Hang the DJ, kill the thing that's been controlling the music. That's the fantasy the episode sells. Two people breaking free from the system and finding each other on their own terms. But the system ran 1,000 simulations to get them there. Here's the truth. Underneath the love story, AI dating works, potentially better than anything we've tried before. The processing power, the pattern recognition, the ability to analyze compatibility across thousands of variables simultaneously. No human matchmaker, no gut feeling, no first date conversation gets close to what a sufficiently advanced AI can do. The cost is not the matching. The cost is the process. Every encounter the system runs you through, necessary or not, writes itself into your biology. The pair bonding erodes. The attachment patterns shift. The body keeps the score, even when the mind moves on. Amy said those interactions were empty, but empty doesn't mean free. The episode ends with Frank and Amy choosing each other. The song plays. The system is hung. But here's what nobody is asking about Bumble's AI concierge. When it curates your matches, manages your conversations, and optimizes your dating experience, who decided what optimal means? The DJ is still in the booth. They just gave it a better name. Listen to all, follow none.
Patreon gang, salute! Manager, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.